Hi everyone. I'd like to take a second and introduce you to some very important people. John Gordon, 35, law enforcement officer and father of 2. Alex Brown, 17, high school senior. Callie Murray, 2 years old. What do these people have in common? They're all deadly victims of distracted driving, a new epidemic that is quickly taking over this country. Come on, admit it. We've all done it. We see it every day when we're driving. From messing with the radio station to having a conversation with the person next to us or on a cell phone. I commute an hour to and from work every day on the interstate, and the amount of distracted driving that I see, not to mention have avoided, is alarming. The reason I'm speaking to you today is to persuade everyone listening to take driving seriously. Distractions can be deadly. To help get my point across, I'm going to define what distracted driving is. I'm going to blow your mind with some statistics, and I'm going to go over some possible ways that we can make a change. So what exactly is distracted driving? Well, distracted driving is defined as any non-driving task that a person does which has the potential to distract them, which would lead to an accident. That can be eating and drinking, using the navigation system, like I said, messing with the radio, conversation with the person, even grooming. But let's not forget the main culprit, texting and talking on the cell phone. Distraction.gov says that a person can be distracted either manually, which is taking your hands off the road, visually, which is taking your eyes off the road, and cognitively, which is taking your mind off driving. What's sad is that more often than not, all 3 of them will happen at the same time, with any action like dialing a cell phone or sending a text message. The statistics don't lie. There's been plenty of researching helping to concrete the fact that driving while distraction is a bad idea. The National Transportation Highway Safety Administration, the NTHSA, reports that 20% of all injury crashes in 2009 reported some case of distracted driving. 995 of those killed were because of cell phones. The age group with the highest percentage of distracted drivers is the 20 and under group. 16% of those that were involved in an accident reported that they were distracted at the time of the accident. Did you know that text messaging creates a 23-time crash risk, 23 times more than non-distractions? Sending and receiving text messages while driving takes the driver's eyes off the road an average of 4.6 seconds, which is equivalent to driving the length of a football field at 55 miles an hour blind. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety reports that you are 4 times more likely to be involved in an accident, serious action to injure yourself, if you were using a PDA and handheld device. According to the University of Utah, in an article that titled "Drivers on Cell Phones Are as Bad as Drunks," people are as impaired when driving and talking on the cell phone than they are intoxicated with a blood alcohol content of 0.08%. Sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? So what are we going to do about it? Well, I'll tell you the government isn't lying down. The Department of Transportation is launching a conventional national campaign aimed at eliminating texting and cell phone use behind the wheel. They're trying to pass legislation which would make it illegal to use your cell phones behind the wheel in the remaining 11 states. And they're promoting safer driving with national ads and campaigns aiming in hopes to reaching everyone and saving lives. So I ask you again, what are we going to do about it? Well, perhaps don't answer that cell phone. Let it go to voicemail. Or pull over to the side of the road if you must answer it or answer that text. Help me to convince others to do the same. because no cell phone call or text message is worth a life, yours or mine. We all know children are sponges. Set a good example, because you may be sparing their life and the others around them. Take driving seriously. Avoid your distractions. Well, did I do it? Did I plant that seed in your head that driving while distracting is dangerous? According to the stats, those that drive while letting themselves be distracted are walking a thin line. I talked about distracted driving. I gave you some statistics and talked about some ways that we can help make a change. I've researched dozens of web pages, watched hundreds of videos that family members have made of victims of distracted driving. Sure, we might have gotten away with it a dozen times, but all it takes is that one time to change your life or someone else's life forever. So the power is in your hands. What are you going to do next time you step into that vehicle? Who are you going to think about? The people I introduced to you earlier, we didn't know them, but it could have just as easily been one of us or one of our loved ones. Heck, in the time it took me to give this speech, almost 7 people in the U.S. will be injured in a distracted driving crash in the U.S. That's way too many if you ask me. So please, let's make a change, and that change starts with you.